Hola, I am Ariel Mayandi Alinio, and today I will be reporting the Creating Inclusive Cultures. So inclusion is as much a responsibility of society as it is the responsibility of schools. Inclusive education is an ongoing collaborative process that needs to be dynamically revisited. For it to truly work, its essence has to resonate to all the stakeholders of education. So what is stakeholders? In educational reform, it refers to those who are invested in the welfare and success of a school and its students. So these are the teachers, administrators, the school staff, the officials and other workers, the family and their parents, the community and the government. And they play a major role in connecting what is being taught in a school to its surrounding community. According to the UNESCO 2017, they reported that there has been significant global improvement in accessing education for the last 15 years, specifically in the primary level. So we all know that from the last 15 years, we already have the technology. And with technology, it can help the students to learn better because teachers nowadays they are been using the television, for example. Teachers are now using a visual presentation. So in order for the students to learn directly, gain new sets of approach learning, and gain new sets of ideas and information. UNESCO Global Education Monitoring Report in 2016 revealed that there are still an estimated 263 million children and youth ages from 6 to 17 who are not still at school at this time. So it's very poor and it's very sad to know that there are lots of children and youth who are not still at school. So since that we are given an opportunity to be at school, so we should not waste it, because there are lots of children and youth out there who are dreaming that they can also be at school because they wanted to learn a lot, they want to be better, they want to develop themselves even more. So because I believe that education is the best key to success and education is the ticket for a better future. UNESCO also reported in 2016 the continuous plight of women against gender discrimination. So men are labeling women that they can't do what men can do. I believe that during this time, women are very powerful. Women can also lead the country and make an lasting impact and make a change. So I believe that women don't just have an ordinary capabilities because they have an extraordinary capabilities. So what stakeholders can do? The government and communities are stating to understand how they are accountable to children with additional needs in fulfilling their rights to education and providing access to quality education that is safe, welcoming, and inclusive. So with government and communities that they are providing children to access the quality education that is very safe, that is very welcoming, and that is very inclusive, that it could really help the students to develop themselves even more and could have a friendly space inside the classroom. So here are the steps stakeholders can take to create inclusive cultures. So number one is set the parameters for inclusion. The government has identified key people and professions, highlighted important factors leading to the success of inclusive education, that is placement process, committees, staffing and responsibilities, teacher training and comprehension, incentive and private sector participation and collaboration of the Department of Education or the DepEd with other branches of the government. So this clearly shows not just an attempt to centralize inclusive practices, but an initiative to make the welfare and development of children with additional needs the responsibility of all. So these are also consistent with what the UNESCO pushes for in terms of getting every stakeholders involved. So number two is the build K people. The government recognized the need for teacher training, both in the level special need education and general education level. So it also pushes for the use of evidence-based teaching frameworks, provision of students assistance and access to instructional materials. So most importantly, calls are made for continuing research and forming of policies to be initiated by agencies such as the Department of Education, so as to further refine the inclusive process and have it tailored to fit to the needs of children with additional needs. So number three is identify and eradicate barriers. So UNESCO's Guide for Inclusion in 2005 advocates for the identification and removal of obstacles that have to do with transforming prevailing attitudes and values on a systematic level. So the Philippine government seems to be in consonance with this aspect in the light of its existing legislative policies that ground the undeniable importance of inclusion. And it is also continuously reorganizing structures in education and implementing programs that highlight the need for primary stakeholders like the school, the parents, and other policymakers to acquire more understanding and capacity building to manage an inclusive environment. So that would be all my report, and I thank you.